Alright, so for today's video, this one's going to be a very fitness related topic. I'm going to talk today about supersets and circuits versus like single sets. The pros and cons and kind of how to structure a better superset to get the most benefit from it, as well as how to structure circuits. So if you're into working out and you're interested, then this video will be for you. So yeah, I'm going to talk about all the benefits and how to structure it first, and then the last thing I'll talk about is just probably the one main con that I have when it comes to supersets and circuits. But generally, I like to do supersets and circuits. Usually I structure them for my clients, mostly because you're able to get a lot more workouts done, or a lot more exercises, a lot more volume done within a short amount of time. So if you're short on time, superset circuits is the way to go. Now, the difference between a superset and a circuit, if you're not sure what it is, a superset just pretty much means 2 exercises back to back with little rest in between, and then after the second exercise, that's when you take your full rest. So you can do like a chest press and a back row, and then take a rest, and then you'll do it again. So those 2 exercises go back to back together, and that's a superset. A circuit is 3 or more exercises in consecutive order, or consecutively with the rest at the end. So there could be 3 exercises, 4 exercises, or 5 exercises. Typically, I don't see anything more than 5, but you never know. Generally, like I said, 3 or more exercises consecutively with the rest at the end. So whenever I do supersets or circuits, it's usually when I'm short on time. So if I'm like in between sessions and I may only have like an hour or less to work out, and I want to get as much work in as I can in that hour, I will choose to do a circuit. Usually I do circuit over a superset, because even that one I can do even more exercises within a shorter amount of time. So I'll choose to do a circuit, which will usually consist of like 4 or 5 exercises consecutively. That's just how I do mine. Now, when it comes to how to structure a superset, I'm going to talk about that first. You want to make sure to get the most benefit from the superset. You want to make sure you're pairing 2 exercises that will go together very well. Now, what you don't want to do is, structure 2 exercises together that are going to be working out pretty much the same muscle group or similar muscle groups together. So you wouldn't want to do like a chest press and a shoulder press superset, or a chest press and triceps together, because what are like the secondary or the helping muscles when you're doing a chest press? You're working out some of your triceps and some of your shoulders. So to put those together, you're not going to get the best workout, because when you get to the shoulder press or the tricep exercise, your muscles are going to be already fatigued from doing the chest press, and so you're not going to get the maximal benefit from the exercise. So you kind of want to do like either opposing muscles, something like a chest press and a back row, or biceps and triceps, something where we're doing opposite muscles, so you're not so when one of them is being activated, the other one's resting. So that's kind of how you want to structure them. You could even do like upper body and lower body. So sometimes if I'm doing a superset with a client, I'll do like, once again, maybe like a chest press or a bicep curl with like a squat or an RDL, right? So you're doing 2 different exercises. Now, even when you're doing something like that, I would also suggest making sure that you do the lower body exercises second, because when it comes to legs, anything with the lower body, it's almost like a full body exercise. Your entire body's engaging your core. Usually from your core down is being worked, if not from your biceps if you're doing anything like a goblet squat. So I would definitely suggest, if you're going to pair an upper body and a lower body exercise together in a superset, doing the lower body exercise second. That way you'll get the more benefit from both exercises, versus being so tired from your lower body exercise that you don't have any strength or any energy to do your upper body exercise. And you kind of want to, use that same kind of concept when you're doing a circuit. So if you're doing a circuit of 3 exercises, I would do like a chest press, a back row, and then like a squat, or a bicep exercise, a tricep exercise, and a squat or an RDL, something like that. So you're doing like 3 completely separate exercises where the muscles aren't interfering with each other, right? Because you don't want to do like, a bicep curl and then a back row, because what's the secondary muscle of a row? Anytime you're doing a row, your biceps are being engaged, and so you kind of always want to keep those separate. So hopefully that makes sense, and I'm not being too confusing, but that's generally how you want to do supersets and circuits. Now, when it comes to the con of supersets and circuits, and this is probably the biggest con that I have with them, is that because you are taking a shorter rest in between each exercise, you're not getting the complete full benefit of the second or third or fourth exercise, because you're getting fatigued, especially when it comes to circuits, right? By the time you're at the third or fourth exercise, depending on how long your circuit is going, you're going to be so tired that by the time you get to the last exercise, you're not going to have the full strength that you would have if you were doing just something like a single set where you're just doing one exercise alone. So that's probably the biggest con that I would say to doing superset circuits, is that you're being fatigued for the second or third or fourth exercise. But other than that, I think they are a good way to get a lot more volume into your workouts. I wouldn't suggest doing them all the time, but if you're somebody who only has enough time to do like, 2 workouts a day, or not 2 workouts a week, or 3 workouts a week, and you're doing full body workouts, I would still suggest doing circuit training, just like I said, being mindful of the rest in between sets and in between exercises. But yeah, so hopefully that was beneficial. Like I said, I like to suggest doing those type of exercises so you can get more volume in, especially for people who are very busy and don't have a lot of time to spend like hours working out. It's a good way to try to get in as much as you can. Anyways, with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.